Alright, what up YouTube? Doomnyc here with deck profile. This is something that I've done before, but it's actually one of my favorite decks. So I thought I'd put together the deck and show you guys how I'm running it now. So yeah, this is an updated version of Scraps. The deck is really good, obviously, and it's one of the top decks right now, I think. And with the new booster coming out, it's gonna get a little bit better. So yeah, let's start it off. First we got obviously Trip Chimera. You know, gets you Scrap Dragon really quick. You have a scrap in a graveyard, summon him quick, level 8. So that's one of your big plays. This deck actually has lots of big plays, so that's why I love this deck. It's a lot of fun. 3 Scrap Beast, level 4 tuner, so really good. And I really hope that Summon a Monk does go to 2, because then this deck is gonna get broken. So this is really good. Scrap Beast, level 4, you can get him with Summon a Monk. You special summon him with Chimera. It's a whole bunch of stuff, and of course, you know, if he goes to the graveyard by the effect of Scrap, you get to bring another one to your hand. So it's really good. Trip Goblin, I seen some people run only 2 of this guy. I don't know, I like 3. I think 3 is good. You set him, he can't get destroyed by battle, and then if they attack him again when he's face up defense mode, he'll get destroyed at the end phase. So you use his effect, getting destroyed, that's a scrap effect, to bring another one to your hand. So again, really good level 3 tuner. Alright, two Scrap Golems. Golem is broken, and before I thought his effect was good, but his effect is broken now. I'm going to show you in a sec why. But level 5, really easy to get on the field. Most times you're going to just send him to the graveyard and then bring him back to your hand, stuff like that. If you draw him, you know, it's still pretty easy to get him on the field. And his effect is once per turn you can special summon a scrap to your side of the field or your opponent's. So most times you're probably going to bring back Scrap Goblin to sync for level 8. You can bring back Scrap Beast to sync for the level 9. It's a lot of different combos. I'm going to show you a nice card right now. Scrap Searcher. This is one of the newer cards. It's a level 1 scrap monster, and basically when he's special summoned to the field, by any means necessary, so it doesn't even have to be by scrap card, destroy all monsters on your all monsters you control that are not scraps. So this is a pretty broken play, and I didn't know that this worked until somebody actually did it on me, and then I was like, whoa, that's broken. Alright, this is basically it. However you get this guy on the field, you summon Scrap Golem, and you have Scrap Searcher in your graveyard. So you use his effect, and Scrap Golem can special summon a scrap card to your side of the field or your opponent. So this guy's Scrap Searcher, you special summon him to your opponent's side of the field, and because your opponent now controls that card's effect means that all their monsters are going to be destroyed except for him, or except for any other scrap monster. So obviously you don't want to do that in the mirror match, but in more cases than not, you're going to clear their whole field, and that's pretty broken. So I really like this combo. It's really good. So, and then of course there's lots of other things you can do, which I'll show you the next card right here. Scrap Mind Reader. This is one of the new secrets out of Star Strike Blast. Well, I shouldn't say new, because the pack's kind of old now, but this card's actually pretty good. I mean, to special summon it, you know, you have to destroy a scrap or whatever. But what I really like about this card is you can have this in your hand, and you can have a scrap on the field and a searcher in the grave. So they just say to destroy your scrap, you special summon this to your side of the field, and on your next turn you play this, and then you can sync for Formula Synchron. So you get a tuner and you get to draw cards. So again, that's a really good combo. This deck has tons of combos. That's why I think this deck is one of the best in the format right now. Gores, again, really good. You know, just level 7 beat stick. You contribute it for a golem, do all kinds of crazy stuff. Cyber Dragon, again, really good card. You can special summon this, tribute it for golem. You can sync this with Goblin to get Scrap Dragon. You can sync this with Beast to get Twin Scrap Dragon. Lots of good plays with this card. That's why you gotta run this. It's really good. Summon a Monk, again, ditch a spell. You get Scrap Beast to your hand, sync for level 8, and it doesn't have to be a Scrap Scrap Synchro. You can actually get Dark End Dragon, so I do run one of those because that's an interesting play depending on the situation. One Card Trooper. This is really the only milling I'm using for the deck. I did use Ryko before and it worked good, but I think with this, it's less random, you know. With your milling, you mill when you want, and then the +1 from this is pretty good, so I like it. And then of course, if this stays on the field for an extra turn, you can just summon Scrap Goblin and get yourself a Barkion. So again, that's another good play. And the last card, Level Eater, I didn't put this in the last Scrap build, but I realized that this card's broken in Scraps. This card's too good not to play. Playtesting the deck for a while, I realized that this card's really needed and it's really good. I don't run Gravekeepers in this deck. I don't run that engine. I don't like it. I think that it's just a waste of time to be honest. I don't like it. I like this though. This card's really good in this deck. Level Eater is a must-have. Alright, so that's the monsters, 20 monsters. Let's go into spells. Spells, 3 Scrap Storms, too good. You gotta play this, it's so good. You know, you target one of your scraps, send it to the grave, send one from the deck to the grave, draw cards. It's really good. You gotta play this at 3. 2 Scrapyards. You do play a lot of tuners, and especially if you want to get like Formula Synchron, you can bring Mind Reader to your hand with this card. So it's a searcher for tuners in the deck. It's really good. Run that at 2. Mind Control. You do run a lot of tuners. The only thing is just be careful. Make sure you read cards, people. Certain cards, they tell you that you can only sync with other Scrap. Like if you use Scrap Mind Reader, don't use Mind Control because, I mean, unless you do the broken play with Golem and you put Scrap Searcher on their field, then you can do it. But remember, Mind Reader can only be synchro summoned with like other, you know, Scrap monsters. So just be careful. But this is still good for Goblin and for Beast, so you can do that there. 1 Pot of Avarice. People are saying this is the MVP card of the format right now. I mean, I definitely agree. It's a plus. It's really good. It gets you back key monsters in your grave. The stuff you want to keep, you leave them there. The stuff you want to bring back, this card's really good. I was thinking about running more than 1, but with less milling, it's not much of a, you know, need for the deck. 1 Foolish Burial. This is good mainly to dump either your Searcher or your Level Eater, depending on what you have in the grave already. You're going to want to dump one of those, and then if you have both of those in the grave, then you can always dump Scrap Mind Reader. And then of course, if you have all of those in the grave, you can just set this, use it for Scrap Dragon's effect. Because of Scrap Dragon's effect being so good, there's never ever a dead card in this deck. That's why that card's so broke. 1 for 1. This is pretty obvious in the deck. You run a couple level 1s, you know, 2 Scrap Searchers, Mind Reader, Level Eater, so 1 for 1 is a must. A double book. You don't really run any defense in the deck, and you probably could run 3 of these. I just couldn't fit 3, but minimum 2. You definitely gotta run at least 2 books, so you gotta have that. Staples now, Monster Born, Dark Hole, you know, just normal stuff. 2, okay, Back Row Destruction is kind of important. 2 MSTs, True Nade, and a Cold Wave. Because even though, you know, once you get Scrap Dragon on the field, or Scrap Twin Dragon, then you can pretty much take a little sigh of relief, because at least now you have some destruction that, you know, you can do. Just be wary of them summoning Stardust. But other than that, it's pretty good. And for the traps, just 3 Royal Decree. I tried to avoid running Royal Decree the last time, but I realize now that this deck runs the best when you're playing Royal Decree. It hurts a lot of different decks, especially trap heavy decks. This format coming up, there's going to be a lot of trap heavy decks, Blackwings, Samurais, Gravekeepers. So Royal Decree is going to be the MVP trap by far, unless it gets hit in the ban list. Let's hope it doesn't. Alright, let's go on to the side deck. I'm siding in one Ancient Fairy. I think it's good for the side deck. I don't want to main deck it because actually you can use a lot of tuners in your extra deck. So one Ancient Fairy, double Effect Veiler. I really hate this card. I mean, I don't hate having it. I hate when other people use it on me. So this card's really good, but again, you're kind of forced to use it. Double Thunder King. It's really good against Blackwing, against Samurais. So it pretty much will stop all searching, Pot of Duality, and you don't play Pot of Duality in this deck, so this card's even better. One Crow, just remove stuff. Duradark for Blackwings. Alright, spells, Nobleman for plants. Bait Doll's going to be, oh my god, extremely important this format. It's going to be so good. I was actually thinking about playing 2 of these because with everybody trying to run triple warning right now, Bait Doll's going to knock that card off so much times. People are going to end up paying 2,000 life points for nothing. This card's going to be so good. My Body's a Shield. Late game, My Body's a Shield has been dead for me sometimes, but with Scrap Dragon, this card can't be dead, so that's why this is so good. Possibly run that at 2 in the side. Double Warrior Elimination. You don't. A lot of decks can outswarm this deck, and obviously you don't want to be left behind. So if you have this, that's pretty good. Divine Wrath, just to stop Effect Veilers, stuff like that. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror for the dark decks, and can't leave Lightsworn alone. So I give them one Light Imprisoning Mirror. Just in case, because Lightsworn does like Royal Decree, so you're definitely going to want to take that out if you're playing Lightsworn. But yeah, okay. Now for the extra deck, we got one Formula Synchron, and I showed you guys pretty much how you can get that out. So that's pretty good. Catastor, Natural Beast, and Barkion. The natural cards, they're so good in this deck. Oh my god, Lockdown. You can get these guys out pretty easy. Scrap Searcher just helps the deck a lot. It's really good. Scrap Mind Reader and Golem gives you Barkion. That's just really good. Goyo, Bryo, Black Rose, one Scrap Archfiend. You gotta run this because it's a 27 beater, so it's a good card for the deck. Chimera Tex, you do run double Cyber Dragon. One Stardust Dragon, and you can tell already that this deck can use so many synchros. That's why I'm only using one Stardust. And I like to run double Stardust. Dark End. Alright, you gotta run triple Scrap Dragon. You have to run this. This card's so good in the deck. Scrap Dragon's good in every deck, but for this deck especially, you gotta run triple because they're gonna spend a lot of their resources trying to kill this card, and then usually what happens is when they kill it, you get to special summon another one. So if you have Golem in the grave, you can special summon Golem, and then on your turn bring back Goblin, sync for Scrap Dragon again. It's an endless chain. It's so good. You gotta run this at 3. And the last card, Scrap Twin Dragon, level 9. So you can also get this out pretty easy with Golem or Cyber Dragon. So yeah, that's the scrap deck. I hope you guys like it. There's going to be another tuner coming out. I think it's called Atomic Scrap Dragon or something like that. I think it's a level 10. So yeah, they're going to get a little bit of help. Not really much. They don't really need anything. I think they're pretty good as is. But yeah, that was my scrap update. So yeah, everybody please rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think down below. And that's about it. So until next time, YouTube. Peace.